King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, KingSimonPresents.wordpress.com. That's KingSimonPresents.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's KingSimonPresents.wordpress.com. Go now.
Rockers Movement presents the 2021 Miami Reggae Festival, healing the community with sound system culture. Saturday, August 7th and Sunday, August 8th, featuring from Germany, Warrior Sound International, the Immortal King Champion Sound from Kingston, Jamaica, Stone Love, Brooklyn's Champion Sound, King Addies International, from New York, the Champion Sound, Soul Supreme, from Jamaica, Wales in the country, it's Bass Odyssey, Downbeat the Ruler from New York City, Poison Dart from Tampa, and the Miami Ruler for years, King Whitey, the Sound of the Future, Adonai, On Track Disco, DJ Rocksteady, and many more. Hosted by dub poet icon Motomaruka at the 2021 Miami Reggae Festival, celebrating Jamaica's Independence Weekend. Saturday, August 7th and Sunday, August 8th at the brand new RER Marketplace next to the Opalaka Flea Market. Tickets start at $25. For more info, visit MiamiReggaeFestival.com or call 305-900-5523. Celebrate Jamaica's independence and sound system culture at the 2021 Miami Reggae Festival.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Honor to the ancestors, family. Honor to the ancestors. Honor to the creator. Honor to all of you. Respect, 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 respect to all of you about to come in. We're going to talk our best, baby. Tonight, it's your brother King Simon. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. How y'all doing? Got my Rasta hot on. Lord of mercy. I've been tilted to the side. You know how we do, family. We broadcasting on Twitter. We broadcasting on Facebook. King Simon on Facebook. King Simon Production on Facebook. And we're broadcasting also on YouTube at the Numerovation Nation. And we're broadcasting right here at King Simon Presents. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling today, my family, my family, my family? Thank you for the applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh man, love the applause, love the applause. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Respect to everybody out there because tonight we have a Montreal Quebecois coming in tonight. We have a Quebecois coming in tonight. She is from Montreal, Canada. Bonsoir, bonjour, all that good stuff when I was out there in Canada with them French women. But I only like the French black women, not the French white women. Wasn't into that. So I remember one Canadian girl tried to step to me and hand me a cigarette. I said, first of all, I don't smoke. And second of all, I don't like them light, white, or bright. She just dropped that cigarette and left me alone after that. So it was what it is. It is what it is. So big up to all of you out there. Hey, look, we got some great shows coming up before we move on, before my peoples and vibes come in. Don't forget, tonight, we have this beautiful sister coming on from out of Montreal, Canada. She's going to deal with alternative and energetic medicine. And the one, the only Mama Oracle will be here. She will be here. Let's give that a round of applause. Yeah, we can turn down the applause. I'll put that in the background. And coming up Wednesday, family, we got this young man coming in, King Randall, the first King Randall, El Numero Uno, the founder of X for Boys, will be here. That's right, on June the 9th at 9 p.m. sharp. We'll have him on. And then that Sunday morning, that Sunday afternoon, we'll have these two beautiful sisters on, Joycelyn Brown and Tiffany Davis, as they speak about their upcoming Juneteenth event on June the 19th. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. That's the theme of it. And that's happened. And we're doing an interview on June the 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So big up to them. They'll be coming in. And I'm so proud of this young man. I've known him since he was a young man at our dojo back in the day. This multi-talented artist, actor, and choreographer. Amen Ra Bam Valentine, known as Bam. We affectionately called him Bam. And he finally graces the virtual stage of King Simon Presents. So can't wait to have him, Dr. Valentine's son, right here on June the 13th, that night, that evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then that Wednesday on Tupac's birthday, June the 16th at 8 p.m. Music, religion, and spirituality with Brother Zion Lex, hosted by King Simon, yours sincerely, and Empress Aisha Moore. That's going to be right broadcasting on King Simon Presents on YouTube, Facebook at King Simon, and on Twitter at King Simon Prod. And then to close out the month before I leave town, Sacred, the one, the only Sacred Secret is going to be here. Woo! She's an entrepreneur and a transformation coach. And she also conducts the Altar Candy, so I'm expected to be over there in June. So she'll be here June the 17th at 9 p.m. So make sure you subscribe and click the bell to be notified. So yeah, we got some great things coming up. And in the month of July, woo, I got some fire coming for you, family. I got some fire for you. I'm not even gonna mention it yet, but I got some fire for you. You know what it is. I got some fire. I may have some food I pot. I cook up the food like we used to do. Just cook up the food and we mix it up and we blend it up and then we serve it up and then we give it up and then we turn it up. That's how we deal with it. Oh man, so we're gonna have a good time. Waiting for my guests to come on, also waiting for my partner and Vibe to come on so we can do what we got to do to make it happen. How's your weekend? How was your weekend this weekend? How is your weekend? That's right. What's up to the family? What's up to the family? What's up to all of y'all out there that's tuning in? Make sure y'all share, and like, and do what you like. Because Brother King Simon is on the mic, making it happen tonight, night. So you know what it is. We're gonna have a good time tonight. I see the guest backstage. I'm still waiting for my co-host, but if she don't come in, we're gonna start it up anyway, and then she could come in after. I know she said she just got in, so it is what it is. But like I said, I want to remind many of y'all, I gotta let y'all know, boom, you know how we do. King is in the building. You know, I got my Rasta hat, but I'm gonna go from Rasta to speaking French in a minute, so watch out for that. That should be very interesting. Haven't done that in years. I haven't lived in Montreal in years too. My goodness. Woo, I used to be at Dawson College and Concordia College, man. Concordia University, myself, when we brought Dr. Khalid there back in the day. And Dawson College, I've spoken there. I've spoken at wherever I spoke. I've spoken at Concordia. I've spoken at Dawson College for Black History. I've also spoken in Vanier. Which was that school that we spoke at? But I know I've spoken all over the place. I've hung out at Rainbow Ice, been on Sherbrooke, been down in old Montreal. I forgot how they say Montreal. my cousins down there, they speak that stuff up there. They speak all that stuff. But we have a young lady that speaks all that stuff too. So don't let her start talking that French love language. That's gonna get y'all all hot up in here. So we gonna make sure she kind of shy. Don't let her fool you. She born the same day as Dr. Africa, so look out. She said what she mean, and she might mean what she say. Just watch out. Okay, but she said in a subtle and loving way. So, all right, it's 9:06. My partner and Vibe haven't come up yet, so I'm going to bring on this beautiful sister here. I've known her for some years. As a matter of fact, I met her at Dr. Africa's spot. I see she got on some red back there. You know what? I'm going to change the color. Since she's looking all hot in that red, Lord have mercy. She's looking all hot in that red. What I'm going to do is change the color on this. We're going to get some hot red up in here, too. Stop playing. That's hot orange. Oh, there it is. That's that hot red there. Oh, yes. We're going to change all of that. That's what I want to see. Hot. We're going to get hot. So I'm looking at her colors. I'm just checking it out for the background. Let me see if I can change it. That looks like more of her colors right there. Oh, a little bit. There you go. There you go. That's right there. There it is. I like that. Okay. All right. So person we're about to bring on, family, I met her at Dr. Africa's when she was studying with Dr. Africa and Dr. Melanie. And, you know, the late, great Dr. Africa, one of my babas and one of my teachers that I frequent at his house many, many, many times, taught me so much, had so many laughs, had so much gatherings and all that. She's not only a alternative and energy medicine woman, she's a holistic health and lifestyle coach. She's a high priestess, and she calls herself Mama Oracle. Make sure if you want to contact her, make sure you go to email her at hello@mamaoracle.com. Hit her up on IG and FB at Mama Oracle, and also spread love via PayPal.me/Mama Oracle. Without further ado, we're going to bring her on my show for the first time in history, and herstory, the one, the only, Mama Oracle in the building.
Hi. Hi.
What's up, girl?
Greetings. How are you?
I'm good. Woo! Wait a minute. They're blowing for you. Woo! She's looking hot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking hot like fire. What's up, girl?
I'm here, just in Montreal, enjoying the hot weather outside.
Yo, that's the only time I used to go to Montreal when it's hot.
That's why I want to come here.
But when I got there in the cold one time, man, I stepped off of that bus and my toe told me how cold it was to my head.
Yeah.
And that's when I stepped back in the bus, backed up. So
yeah, you don't want to be in Montreal when it's cold.
I was at the border, and that was it. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. But welcome to my show. My partner in Vibe is going to be up momentarily. Her name is Empress Aisha. I'll introduce her when she comes. She just got in, so she's going to come up with her own questions. But how you been? How's everybody? How's the little girl, the little one, the princess?
Good. She's good. She's growing.
How old is she now?
She's 4.
4, matter of fact, she was just months when I met her. I think she was months.
Yeah, she was like 8 months, I think, when you saw her.
Yeah, when I met her. My goodness.
She was one.
Yes, she was one, right. She was walking and having fun and talking to everybody. Well, because no. she got no fast.
Yeah.
I don't even think she knew how to say mama. She said no. No was easy. No daddy, no mama, no.
No, she could say all of that, but she was strong on her nose for real. I remember that.
Yeah, December 17th, right? Her birthday?
Yes.
Yes, I remember all of that. That's in my head. That's still in my head. So,
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for coming to the show. Thank you
for having me.
And coming on, and and of course, this is her website, family, just in case it's still under construction, still under development. It's mamaoracle.com, but you still can go there, check it out. When will it be up and running so people can go support your services and all that?
I was hoping early June, but they're still making me wait, so I would say end of June.
Okay, end of June. Okay, well, hey, work with your.
I've seen the whole thing, but they're developing all the pages, so.
Okay, well, you know what to do. Work with your mathematics and your numbers. It'll come up. You know how it
Yeah,
works.
exactly.
You know how we do. Now,
Yeah.
first and foremost, let's talk about Montreal, Canada, and its journey. Because when I was there in the '90s, doing a lot of my road work and my groundwork as far as in the Nation of Islam, and doing a lot of music business stuff out there. There was a lot of course, police activities and a lot of stuff. A lot of trauma was going on, and a
Mhm.
lot of people needed that healing stuff, but it wasn't out there as I see when I see you post certain things. It wasn't out there like that. I know it wasn't out there like that because
Um,
I was in the nation and people was gravitating to me just
yeah.
because of how I taught and
Yeah.
how the Nation of Islam was. So what's the journey of the healers and the people that is teaching holistic health out there? What's going on out there as far as Montreal is concerned?
I would say that there's been an awakening. I would say maybe around 2012.
Wow.
Um, for me, I didn't see that until I came back from the Caribbean. Like I left for the Caribbean in 2015 because I felt like I was so different from everybody.
Right.
I've always been super spiritual. Like nobody was into healing. Nobody was really into spirituality. We had like this, group of Black people. We used to meet every Wednesday for like this thing that we called Black Focus Documentary, and we would watch documentaries on Black history,
Mhm.
Black spirituality, like listening to Dr. Umar Johnson and etc.
Yeah.
But it was a very, very small community. And at some point I said, let me just leave because the place didn't resonate with me.
Right.
And so I left to Antigua for 2 years.
Hmm.
I come back every 6 months. So I did like off and on for 2 years. And when I came back, that's when I got the opportunity to stay with, Dr. Melanie Stevenson and Dr. Africa. And when I
Yeah.
came back from that trip is when I saw that everybody was into healing. Everybody was into like crystal and healing your traumas and doing spiritual work and a women's circle and stuff like that. So I would say like maybe when I was gone, that's when it started
Hmm.
getting a little bit more.
Now you say you was always spiritual, but when was it when did it actually kick in that you realized that you had this gift of sight and insight and clairvoyance? And I think I know we spoke about this back in your house at the house one time, and we talked about the dream world tapping in. When did you really realize that you had this gift?
The earliest time I can remember, I was under 10. I can't remember how old exactly, but I remember maybe around like 7. I would say like around 7. I was at the first house I've ever lived in, and I remember waking up in the morning and hearing a conversation between my dad and my cousin. We had a cousin that lived with us at the time, and they were arguing about something, but it was so loud, and I couldn't figure out where they were. So I walked around the house. I didn't see them, and then I check outside. I see my dad's car is gone, so they were out. And I just went back to bed, and I would say maybe an hour later, they came back home having the exact same conversation that I was hearing an hour before. That's when I was like, okay, something's going on.
Hmm.
And then I started having like dreams around everybody around me. And I remember that's actually when I started being bullied in school, in elementary school and in high school. I would tell people, "Hey, I had a dream about you that this is gonna happen," and it would happen really quickly. And so they started calling me a witch. So that was I was like the witch at school, and every time I would walk around, like people would be, running away and saying, "Oh, here comes the witch," and you know, yeah, definitely around for sure
And that was happening in Montreal or in the Caribbean?
in
In
Montreal.
Montreal.
Hmm.
That's interesting that you say that because even my cousin in Montreal went through that type of, because she was very highly spiritual. Matter of fact, I just interviewed her because she owns an acting agency. She was the first Black woman to own an acting agency out there and a Black modeling agency out there. So, and they used to call her that because her first spiritual gifts also. So she couldn't say certain things because of it. And sometimes we get this from the Caribbeans. We get a lot of this from our African heritage and our African things. But I used to be intrigued by what she used to say, even from her astral traveling stuff. She used to. We didn't even talk about that on the last interview. But that is, I think that's very significant because there's an energy in Canada
Yeah.
I have felt when I was living in and out of there since I was a child, because I used to go back and forth between Canada and Jamaica, and I felt that energy. I felt the dreams that I've encountered while I was out there, and tell us about that, because I don't know if you know the history behind the slaves going to Canada and of course Nova Scotia and all those different places, Afriqueville and all that. Do you recall that history? Have you ever studied that history?
I know a little bit of it, but I'm not like super knowledgeable about it. I know that
presence. There's a spiritual presence.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I know that it's very strong. Like Canada in itself is a very strong, energetic place because of the natives.
Yes.
That are there. It's very, very powerful. And even though they've been, erased from most of the country, if you go to the reserves, the energy is still very, very powerful. Even on some of the mountains that we have around here, there's a lot of energy vortexes in Canada.
Yeah. I feel it at the Royal Canadian Mountain. I really do.
Yeah, Mount Royal. Yeah.
I go. We used to go on tours around there, and we used to go to that big basilica, that big Catholic basilica on the mountain there.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, I remember all this. It's all coming back. So I'll tell you, I've been there. I know the place. This is not my place. So and there was an energy there. I was always wondering. I was like, man, they're building things on mountains like that. And the history of a lot of spiritual and esoteric things is not really spoken about in Canada, especially because of native. I forgot there was a native community, a reservation that I used to go. I was supposed to perform there. I was a reggae artist, and I was supposed to perform there, but for some reason it got canceled, and we wasn't able to perform. Myself and my cousin, who was a performer also, but. Those reservations are strong, and I heard they have even a connection, an underground or a route between their reservation into America, where you don't have to go through the border. You can go.
There's a shaman that I go consult all the time. When you go to his island and you come back, you have to cross the border again. But when you go there, you don't have to cross the border.
Really? Wow.
When you come back to Canada, you have to cross from the States. So
don't say nothing, Don't say nothing. But let's deal with your journey, of course, into holistic health and you wanting to get but then we're going to get into Dr. Africa and how, because I know I didn't get to talk to you about that since, but let's get on your journey, of course, from you coming from Antigua. I love Antigua also. You're from Antigua, right?
I'm not. My parents are from Haiti.
Oh, that's right. You're from Haiti. Your family's from Haiti.
Yeah.
You lived in Antigua before, right?
I lived there. Yeah. Right, I don't know if you know Shango. He's like a naturopath.
The brother that you was connected with out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not the father of my daughter. I went there because I knew my naturopath lived there.
Okay.
He was in New York. His name is like Shango. His like healer name is Shango.
I probably know him. We all know each other in these circles.
Dr. Africa, Melanie and Dr. Africa knew who he was.
They knew him. Okay, yeah. So I more likely know him. But but I know you had that journey from Haiti and all that. So tell us about that journey. Were your family ever practicing this stuff in Haiti?
So from what I hear from my cousins, we have a very strong spiritual family. However, it's very taboo. We don't talk about it. Everybody, turn to religion.
Yeah.
And whenever we ask about our roots, especially the spiritual one, like nobody has an answer. My mom was a nun when she was in Haiti. So she's extremely religious. She doesn't talk about spirituality, doesn't talk about anything other than her religion. And my dad, I was told from, from my family that his parents were really spiritual, but he doesn't talk to me about this.
Wow.
My mom left the nunnery to come to Canada, and she met my dad here, and then they got married and had us. We were raised Catholic, but I never really connected to that. I remember going to church, and I would say all the time, like, this is not the truth. There's more to, like, you guys repeating the same thing every Sunday, reading the Bible. Like, there's more to that. So I always, researched a lot of things on spirituality, African spirituality, holistic lifestyle, because like I was not connecting to anything that I was being taught when I was younger.
Mm.
I would say when I was 20 years old, I found the first book that I got from Dr. Africa, which is the book about melanin.
Mm.
And I was really, really young, and I can't remember like how I bought it. I just saw it and I said, "Oh, let me find out, what he's saying." And when I read the book, I was like, "Wow, I'm really connecting with this man's teaching." So I bought African Holistic Health,
Mm-hmm.
and I started buying other stuff.
Did you get the new one yet? You got to get the text.
I have it.
Yeah. So he added like 200 stuff pages in this, man. That's so.
Yeah.
I was there when they made the cover. Matter of fact, they asked me to confirm if they liked the cover, and that's just the cover they went with.
Nice.
So that was so profound. Before we move on, remember we got Mama Oracle in the building. She's our guest, alternative and energetic medicine woman, holistic health and a lifestyle coach, and a high priestess. Of course, you can contact her on Facebook and IG at Mama Oracle. And don't forget, hit her up at PayPal to show her some love. And she does do consultation and all of that too, over the phone or over Zoom. She will hook you up, make sure, but you can pay via PayPal. That's paypal.me/Mama Oracle. And I see my partner in Vibe in the background. So let's bring her on with a well-deserved round of applause. Aisha Amor.
Greetings, King Simon. Greetings, Mama Oracle.
Greetings.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, you too. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yes, I'm so happy. Well, how you doing, girl? You all right, sis?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're all right. Sure you're all right. All right.
I'm just grateful to be here with both of you.
Yes.
Good.
Grateful. Now, Mama Oracle, you was about to get into the healing, of course. Now, before you go there, I've always heard that story that Haiti, or Hispaniola, has neglected their African roots for some reason, but you can still see them practicing it in certain places or in their religion. They practice it, but they don't want to talk about it because whatever had happened over there in Haiti, it kind of got a lot of people traumatized. Now,
it's the same thing as in Africa when they were colonized and they were, robbed of their spirituality and they were told to follow the colonizers' religion.
Right.
I think that since then, a lot of people are practicing. They're religious, but they're practicing on the down low. So you'll see a lot of Christians and a lot of Catholics. They'll say like, "I'm Catholic" or "I'm Christian," but then they go back home and they practice, voodoo.
Right.
So
voodoo. Right. And that's powerful because I know even in Jamaica, the obia and all that kind of stuff, you find it more in the woods and in the mountains of certain parts. Doing that, the Maroons and the Caribs, or that's the mixture that's still there. We're still doing that, and when I used to live in Montreal, I used to talk to the Haitian brothers and sisters about Dessalines. And those great people, those great generals of Haiti, because I was studying the history also. And Bookman was from Jamaica and came over to Haiti. And when we used to work together, it wasn't against each other. We was working together, but language, the barrier kind of separated us. So, moving forward, because you are into the health and, you studied under Dr. Africa, studied under Shango and studied the various, what made you transition into that? And how was it helpful to the rest of the work that you was doing?
I would say like most people who got into holistic health is like through my own healing. When I was very young, I had like binge eating issues, which ended up, me getting hypoglycemia. And around that time is when I met Shango. So that was the first Black naturopath that I came in contact with. I was probably 25. And he introduced me to herbs. I had already gotten the book from Dr. Africa, African Holistic Health. So whenever I would have something, I would consult his book and know like which herb to get. But in terms of like herbal remedies with many things, mixed together, It was when I met Shango in I can't remember, I was 25. And then I started like healing myself because, you know, Western medicine, they'll tell you that whatever disease you have, you can't heal. And in my mind, I knew that like this hypoglycemia business, like I can get rid of it really quickly. And so I started taking herbs. I would say maybe like 5 years before that, I had became vegan, well, vegetarian mostly. And so that lifestyle, you know, combined with the herbs made it go away. Like at some point it was just gone. And so I was interested in like getting to know more about how to heal with herbs. And then I would tell people around me, like, take that herb to cleanse your blood, take this, you know, to cleanse your liver. And that's how I got into it. And then I met another naturopath, and then Dr. Africa in person.
Okay. And each one of them gave you a different understanding of it.
Yeah. But Dr. Africa, like nobody can top him. He's like an encyclopedia.
Yeah, you know, you sat in class, so you know exactly what it is. So he's something else, and he's very meticulous about how he breaks it. So now, Aisha, Empress Aisha, you got a question, please?
Yes.
Please.
How long did you study under Dr. Africa?
Well, first, aside from reading his book, I started with Melanie before Dr. Africa. Right. Melanie, I contacted her because I remember when I visited their website, there was a class on spiritual counseling, and I was really interested in knowing, learning that. So I contacted them through the website. I didn't know that it was going to be Melanie. And then she contacted me and she said, I'm the one teaching that class. So you'll be learning this with me. And so I started with her. We used to do like video calls. You know, and she would teach me about spiritual counseling, and then I got my certificate from them. And it was only like when I left the Caribbean, I was in a really bad situation, as you know, King Simon.
Yes,
I was in a really bad situation, and I was in communication with her still, because when we met, it really clicked. So we stayed friends.
Yeah.
And she knew about, you know, this abusive relationship that I was in. And she was like, you know, you need to get out of there. And if you need to come to my house for 3 months, you come for 3 months.
Yeah.
And so when I left Antigua, I came back to Canada, and I went there, I brought my daughter, and we stayed for 3 months. So I was literally with them for 3 months, working with Melanie, most specifically, like in the lab with herbs and doing the mixes.
Yes, I mean that's the type of people they were, because Doc was the one that seen the stress in my eyes and said I could come anytime. He did my iridology, and he said, "Man, you could come anytime," because he said, "If you keep on going through the stress, you're gonna die over here in New York." And I just went. He told Melanie, he said, "Yo, that stress will kill him." And I said, yeah, and that's what made me go and was given access after bringing them in numerous times, bringing them out of New York. I was the one who brought them in for the last 10 years into New York predominantly. So, and that was it was an interesting moment, and you know, and meeting you and your daughter and seeing what y'all was doing and all the work that y'all was doing, and you know, Melanie is very deeply spiritual. So I won't be surprised when she comes out of this cocoon that she's in. Because she's not responding, but she did respond to one of my texts, and that was just because I sent her something, and she did put a heart on it, and I knew she's in her cocoon right now, ready to like merge out of it, because you know, she was with Doc for 15 years, so I know how that works, and you know, and I know it's not going to be easy. So, but I'm glad you had that moment. Now, tell us about, you know, your personal moments with Doc, because Dr. Africa was a person that was a comedian also, you know. In the classes, he's a comedian. Tell about one of the and remember, he used to love his music. Talk about something that you know that people don't even know that he loved. You know,
I had a conversation with Melanie, and that was before I went to their house. And we would talk on video call, and she's like, I don't know why, for some reason, the way that you talk, like you speak like my husband. And she said, what's your birthday? And I said, January 27. And she was like, shut up.
Same day.
You guys have the same birthday. No wonder. She was like, you guys always speak like you know everything. Like, I know. And And that's the first thing that really, like, I was shocked, because I connected so much with, every time I would read his book, I would just connect with his teaching so much. So to know that we had the same birthday, I was really, really proud. I'd say one of the first things I could say is when I saw him for the first time, we drove to his house, and he came and like he really hugged me really, really, really tight, and he really made me feel welcome. That's something that I always remember. And my daughter used to be obsessed with Dr. Africa. I don't know. At the time, she was like 1. She was around 1, and every morning, when she would get up and she would see him, or even during the day, she would literally hug his leg like a koala. I think you saw that a few times. And he would walk around the house dragging her. Because she would not, stop holding him.
That is true.
Other than that, I remember he used to jog every single day, just like me. And one time I said,
Work out every day, yes. Work out every day.
He literally had the same schedule every day. He would eat the same things at the same time. He would not even like touch my food if I would cook. He had his own thing. His workouts, working on his computer, like responding to people's emails. Like he was really dedicated.
And he loved his music.
He loved his music, yeah. I didn't really see him with music. I heard it sometimes, but for me, I saw him mostly like on his computer all the time. Really like in his corner doing his thing. And then when it was time to run, he's like, okay, now it's my time to, speak with my ancestors. That's how he called his jogging sessions. His time with his ancestors.
He speaks to his ancestors through running. And he said, they said the ducks used to follow him.
Yeah.
The ducks used to jog with him.
And he's the one who taught me to, run on grass and not on concrete.
That's what I do, yeah. He taught me that too. He taught me that too. No, not on concrete. That's what I do all the time. I'm still trying to avoid it.
And I see the difference because I run a lot. I'm a jogger, and I used to have like pain in my knees, and now that I transitioned to like grass, I do see a difference. I don't
much
feel
better.
pain.
Those that are just tuning in, we are speaking with Mama Oracle from out of Montreal, Canada, doing great healing work, alternative and energetic medicine woman, holistic health and lifestyle coach, also a high priestess. You can hit her up on IG and FB at Mama Oracle, and also you can also spread love via her PayPal. That's Mama Oracle. That's paypal.me/Mama Oracle. And show some love, family. Show some love because she's doing work. And you can contact her via that email up there. They can contact you via the email, right? The hello?
Yes, they can.
They can? Okay, great. So I want to make sure that they contact you if they want any consultation and all that. And this is a website that she does have, but it is under construction, family. It's under development. So please be patient with her because that you got to, when you're branding things, you got to take your time when you're branding your thing. So I understand. Empress Aisha, do you have a question? Empress, you got a question?
Yes. What got you into becoming a life coach?
I'm not a life coach. I do like energy work. Yeah. So I would say when I was, I can't remember. I was in 2012. I had just came out of. I was celibate for 9 years, from 18 to 27.
Wow.
And and really focused on my spirituality at that time. And I remember towards the end of those years, I met 3 women who did energy work. And I knew nothing about that, but they, came to me and they said, I feel like this is part of your purpose. And so they initiated me for free. I didn't even have to pay for that. They were just like, let us, initiate you. And I didn't really take it seriously at the time because I was in university. I was living alone in an apartment. So for me, it's like I had to pay school, I had to pay my bills, I had to pay my rent. So like I was like, I can't leave everything and just become an energy worker. I would say I started taking it more seriously when I left the bank. At some point, I had gone to North Carolina to learn Kemetic Reiki. I don't know if you know Kia Kajara.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I heard of them. Yes.
Yeah, she does Kemetic Reiki. So I went to get certified there, and this woman said, like, if you keep staying at that job, you're gonna reach a dead end. You're meant to be doing energy work and become an herbalist. And I at the time I didn't really listen to her because again, for me it's like I had to pay my bills. And something happened at work, like she told me, that kind of forced me to leave. And within that year, like I started doing energy work at my home. As all of a sudden, there's a lot of people that started coming. And 2015 came, and I said, I don't resonate with the energy in Montreal. Like, there's people coming, yes, but it's not enough. I feel like when it came to spirituality, people were not really open to it. So I went to Antigua. I knew nobody there except my naturopath. And I was supposed to stay for 2 weeks and then move to Ethiopia with my sister. And I ended up, meeting the father of my daughter, and I stayed for 2 years off and on. I was doing energy work there. He studied under Dr. Africa as a nutritional counselor, and he started his business with herbs. And that's when I started a little bit with him. We were like making herbal remedies, and he started doing consultations. That was, I would say, like within the 6 months before I left the country. He had finished studying with Dr. Africa when my daughter was born. So we went back there all together. He opened his clinic. And then when I got bad, I left, went to Canada, went to Dr. Africa's house for 3 months with Melanie. And when I came back here in 2017 is when everything just bloomed like really quickly. Like I said earlier, like all of a sudden Montreal was this awakened city. Everybody was into healing, into like taking herbs, into becoming vegan, doing yoga, doing women's circles. So I was like, okay. And people already knew that I was doing energy work. So I just became full-time really quickly. Just clearing energies. I treat people with anxiety, depression, insomnia, physical illnesses, like lots of diseases. And they were able to turn around and stop taking their medication. And now I'm starting to take herbs more seriously. I was mostly doing herbs for fertility. So I helped a lot of women who had infertility issues, get pregnant. And soon enough, I'm going to start selling herbs for more things, and also selling sea moss, selling oils for the skin. Many things are coming.
Okay. What about, do you do tarot card readings?
I used to do readings, but not with cards, because I'm also a psychic, but I'm intuitive. So like I can hear things. I can do medium work too, but I stopped when I had my daughter because at the time I was not in a good place in my relationship. Also, my pregnancy took a lot of energy, so I decided to stop when I had her. Now, when I do my energy sessions with clients, if I get a message, I share them with them, but I don't do, just sessions, just reading sessions. I don't do that anymore.
Okay. Would you go back into doing that, or you think you're done with that?
People are asking me, so I'm considering it. But I might be different than what I used to do. Because I can also channel, so it would be more channeling than reading.
Right. Now, you said something about abusive relationship, and I have to touch on that real quick because obviously, you're on a healing journey, and that person is also on a healing journey. Is that correct?
Well,
if he was practicing, he was a practitioner, right?
He was a practitioner, yeah.
But I want to say something because I want the world to hear something. Do you believe that people that are practitioners could they actually be healers when they're abusers? From your perspective,
it's a great question. I think to a certain extent, yes. When it comes to his work, I can't say anything because he's helped people, reverse diabetes, cancers, tumors, fibroids. So whatever he does when it comes to physical health, I give it to him. But when it comes to emotional energy, that I would say no. If you are an abuser, especially like a narcissist, I would say like maybe to a certain extent, but not at your full capacity.
So physical and spiritual is different. That's the difference of that.
I think it's intertwined, but there's only so far you can go on a spiritual level if you have all of these demons inside of you, you know?
I wanted to ask that because that people deal with that all over the time.
Yeah,
From both
yeah,
men and women, from men and women perspective, they get those type of abusers, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, and all
yeah,
of that. And I think I needed to touch that. My spirit said to touch it
yeah.
but I don't want you to shout out, say no names. I respect the brother. He's
No,
doing
but
what
I'm very open. You can ask me anything, I'll answer.
I know. Yeah, you're number 9. You say what you mean and
Yeah,
mean what
I
you
say
say.
exactly. Gets me
That's
into trouble sometimes.
yeah, it gets you into trouble. Got Dr. Africa into trouble enough times too. I already know. Now,
Yeah.
before I hand it over to you, Aisha, Empress, what were some of the major healing breakthroughs that you made in Montreal? Because I see a lot of women's circles that you've been doing and all that. I've been watching what's going on. So, what were some of the major breakthroughs? Yeah, one or two of you want. You don't have to mention no names. Just say what happened, what made them change over. What give us some of those.
Okay, for other people, not for me.
Yeah, not for you, but because I see you doing work over their heads and helping them. I know there
Yeah,
had to be some major crying, some major breakthroughs for
yeah.
certain people. Let's talk about some of the testimonies. I know I can't get them on, but you could at least go for it or talk about it.
One thing I can say is that there's definitely a lot of women who were in abusive relationships, and through those, healing circles, they were able to get out. Whether it was like physical, mental, emotional abuse, they were able to get out. There are a few people, because the woman that I do the circle with, she's a cancer survivor. We used to get a lot of women who had cancers or who were sick, and some of them have healed. I don't know if it was through releasing, because you know how they say that your traumas can make you sick if you don't take care of your emotional health. Eventually, it can make you sick. And so, some women coming through the circles, I guess by releasing childhood traumas, they were able to heal from their diseases. That's something that we've seen a lot too.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure because my computer's like going a little flippy now. It's like it's trying to flip flop. Go ahead, Empress. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Going through your relationship and coming through, just going through that school, what have you learned from that? Like, how have that changed you and, made you just evolve you to be greater?
Mm-hmm. I would say the major thing I learned is that when you go through a childhood trauma and you don't heal it, you will attract the type of man who will project that onto you. And so in my case, I was with a narcissist who was very controlling, had anger issues. And it's hard to accept this, but, I realized when I did therapy that I grew up in a narcissistic family. And because I didn't heal from that, I wasn't even aware that it was like an abusive, narcissistic family. But because I wasn't aware, I was attracting, men who would project that onto me. So this one was the worst narcissist I had ever been with. But at the same time, it taught me to heal my childhood and my relationship with my father, because he reminded me so much of him, but I didn't know why. I didn't know that it was narcissism. I didn't know that it was like anger issues. And it's only when I did that work with my therapist, I did psychotherapy I'm still doing it. It's been over a year. Doing a lot of spiritual work with Melanie. That's something that I'll forever be grateful for. When I went to her house, she's the one who made me see, like, you grew up in an abusive family and that's why you attracted this abusive man. So really looking at my childhood is something that allowed me to attract better in my life. So definitely
Wow.
healing your traumas is the greatest lesson that I've taken from this.
Wow. Melanie used to do a lot of spiritual sessions with me too. So I understand. I totally understand. Believe me, she'll see my grandmother next to me and all that stuff. Yeah, that's one thing, Melanie. I miss that. Yeah,
She used
she'll
to make
see.
me take baths and journal, and she would
Yeah.
read me. yeah, Melanie is just powerful. She's a powerhouse.
Yeah, she said she used to do it from when she was young too, when she was a
Yeah,
child. So she used to tell me.
exactly.
Now, going back to the women in Montreal, I used to get the complaints from Black women in Montreal that the Black men didn't want them in Montreal. They've always going for the white women. Now, were there some of those breakthroughs with you dealing with women that felt neglected by their own Black men in Montreal? Because I wasn't
So
one for the white women. I couldn't do it in Montreal. I couldn't do it.
it's still going on.
I know.
Yeah. It's still going on, and I think there's a lot of work to do with the Black community because we have a lot of traumas to heal from. And I think that together, because we're not healed as a people, we're going to say that the Black woman is angry or that the Black man is irresponsible. And so they will go towards other people where they feel more accepted. This is how I feel that they are here. Probably feel accepted. It's like there's less drama, less tension with other, I guess, races. So they go with white women instead. But then when you see something that I have seen and heard from mixed couples is that the women, especially if it's a white woman with a Black man, she tends to be like almost like his master, That's, yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. That's something new to me.
That's something that I've heard a lot. So like it's like she will treat him like she's his master, and he just has to obey. That's something that I've heard a lot.
Now there was an incident that I recalled in Montreal. A beautiful chocolate sister was dealing with this Italian dude in Montreal, Italian guy who lived in Montreal. But and when we came into the house, we knew the brother. And when we came into the house, he took us into the room, and this guy used to, after he made love to this woman, he used to wipe his nasty fecal matter on the sheets. And that was traumatic to me, walking into a room like that. We used to go, I walk in there and say, what's going on in here?
Wow.
So this Italian guy treating this Black woman wrong or whatever he was doing, after he finished doing what he got to do, he wouldn't even go to the bathroom. He'll do his thing inside the room and wipe his stuff on the sheets. I'm like, are you sick? So that I hope somebody like her got to you, because I know she's traumatized. I know that woman's traumatized. I don't even remember that sister's name, but I remember the brother taking us to the house because we was in the nation and he wanted us to do something, but we never got to this Italian guy. We wanted to get to him, but we never got to him. And I was going to call some of my friends that were Black Italians or grew up in an Italian family, but we never found out because he actually broke up with the girl, but he was doing, I guess that was the last time he ever did something because he found out that we were looking for him. But I experienced that in the 90s. This was in the 90s.
In the 90s.
So, yeah. It was trauma. It was crazy back in them days. Crazy. But go ahead, Empress, please ask your question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I went into something else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was very. I never heard nothing like that in my life.
Me neither, ever.
It's disgusting. I've seen it. I'm right. I wrote about it. As a matter of fact, it's going to be in my autobiography. I got to put it in. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, it's King Simon.
I know. I got the stories. I'm sorry, y'all.
You have some stories. I can't imagine that.
I've lived life, girl. I've lived life.
I don't know.
Remember, support Mama Oracle. Don't forget. If you are suffering from trauma like that, please contact sisters like her and really get your healing together, please.
I find it kind of ironic. Yeah, I find it kind of ironic that women would stay with, in those type of toxic energies for so long. I don't know. I don't know how they can do that. Like, is it, Mama Oracle, is it something that women are like locked into spiritually when they go and they stay in these long-term toxic relationships? Because to us, to outside, it's like, well, why did she stay? Why will she stay so long? But some of them just release themselves from that.
From what I understood, someone will stay in a relation. First of all, there's something that they experienced in their life for them to accept to bring in someone like this in their own life. Usually, they have gone through, abuse with their own parents, and abuse can be many different types of abuse. It's not just one. It could be physical, emotional, mental. It could be dealing with narcissistic parents. And because you grew up like this, the behavior is normalized. So when you see someone who's, repeating the same pattern, for you, you think it's normal. You learned as a child that, to be manipulated by someone and still being loved by them, that's what love is. And so when you find a partner like that, then you think it's normalized because you're kind of reproducing what you experienced in your childhood. So it feels safe, it feels normal, it feels familiar. And that would be the main reason why women would stay in situations like this. Otherwise, I would say it's like lack of self-worth. You don't think that you're worthy of meeting better. Yeah.
Or sometimes it's afraid to be alone. I've heard that before.
Yeah, afraid to be alone.
Yeah.
Thinking that you're
A lot of people suffer from that. A lot of people suffer from that, and men too sometimes suffer from that.
And it's unfortunate because if when you are alone, it's the best time to get to know who you are. The best time to heal yourself and do whatever you want to do. Like I said, I was celibate for 9 years, single for 11, and I did most of the healing work in those years.
And I know it takes a toll on you because I know Melanie, she would take spiritual baths for like 2 hours in the morning. Every day. She and I didn't buy a tub.
Every single day, yeah.
I remember that, and she always say, "King, go ahead and go do your thing, because I'm gonna be there for you." And I understand. So how do you clear your space? What's your regimen like? And what would you suggest other people and how they cleanse their space if they are empathic and if they are healers themselves? Go ahead.
Definitely salt baths. That's a good way to release energies that you absorb from people because we all do, not just empaths. Everybody who works either as a massage therapist, osteopath, acupuncturist, healer, whenever you're in contact with people and you're helping them, there's an exchange of energy. You heal them, you absorb a little bit of their stuff. So definitely salt baths. Every single time you see people, you do consultation, you should do like a salt bath to release those energies. Otherwise, for me, because I get a lot of people in my office on a daily basis and I work 4 days a week seeing people, before I start my day, I use sage, I use cedar, I use copal. A lot of things are burning in my house in the morning and after my day, in between sessions. Otherwise, like we have like things, some exercises where you wipe your arms and your chest to release energies after sessions. Otherwise, just like I did this morning, I went to do drumming healing sessions. So it's like a few Black women who play drums and I'm laying in the middle. And the drum really, really cleanses. It breaks, energies to get released. So that's something that I did this morning that I try to do like every 2 weeks at least. Sound healing is another way. Like some people, they use bowls and stuff. For me, I find there's nothing more powerful than drumming. You are connected directly with ancestors, and it's just powerful work. So that's what I do, like salt baths, burning sage, burning cedar, doing drum healing.
No, I think that's very important. When I used to massage and I went to school for it, I used to bang my hands out on natural wood to get that energy out.
To get it out. Yeah, because sometimes it's so strong. Like especially when you deal with people who are depressed, like you don't realize how it vibrates so low because you can't see energy.
Yes.
If you don't cleanse yourself, you feel affected. You become irritated. You have no energy. Like you feel like something has drained you and you don't know where it's coming from. So it's really important to do that because especially people with sickness, depression, anxiety, like those are really like low vibrational energies that stick on you, because
Mhm.
when you do energy work, there's no bubble of protection around you. That as the energy gets released, it stays in the air, and if you don't cleanse that, you just walk around it all the time. So very important to clear the energies on a daily basis. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
My fault. Do
Okay,
you,
okay.
that was my fault. Do you do any
It's okay.
type of art, like paintings, drawings,
I do, yeah.
poetry?
hmm
Like,
I used to write poetry when I was younger. I would
mhm.
say I stopped around like when I was in high school. And high school for me was like, I would say, my dark years, because I went through a lot of bullying and rejection, and it was at home and at school. So I would say like that's where I kind of lost, everything that I was doing. Poetry, I was singing, um, I used to draw and paint, and it's only now that I'm getting back into it, like I would say in the last 5 years. But for a long period of time, I wasn't doing it anymore.
Oh, okay. Also, I had a question. Oh my goodness, it was so good. It was, you know what? I'm gonna have to skip that one because it was right with this. It was right there.
Whenever it comes back, you can ask
Oh
me.
my gosh! I hope the rest of the time. Could you do it? Because I'm gonna have
I,
to.
I know. That's why I jumped back in. That's why I jumped back in.
Come back in. You forget what you went in the room for. Come on.
I knew I had to jump in to help out this one. But Mama Oracle, the greatest thing that I've realized that in working a lot of this work and doing a lot of this work is the,
Oh,
the testimonials from not only the person that's getting it, but their mates or their relationships. Have you gotten any of that type of testimonials from the relationships that they have? Because sometimes you can send your woman or your man to a oracle or a reader or whatever, and then they come back and they really share all this love and energy with that person, and then they'll text you and say, really thank you very much for helping my wife out, or thank you very much. Have you gotten any of those testimonials?
all the time. The funny thing is, I get a lot more women than men. And usually, they'll say that there's either issues in their relationship or they have issues with themselves where they're always anxious or they're always super reactive in their relationship. And they'll do a few sessions with me, and then all of a sudden the husband wants to come because he's like, my wife has changed. I want to try this. So I always get those comments. Yeah, I get a lot of testimonials from, sometimes I don't always do energy work on two people at the same time. But I have had a lot of couples who came to me. They were like on the verge of getting a divorce, and they decided to both heal individually, and then they stayed together. That's something that I have seen many times, and yes, I do get testimonials about that. How they reconcile, and by doing the inner work, they stop projecting on each other.
Do you believe in curses? Like some people feel like they have a curse on them. If someone called you say, "Hey, I feel like someone put a bad spell over them," or anything like that, do you deal with that type of?
I do, yeah, and it does exist. And yeah, some people call it the evil eye. Some people call it malocchio. The Italians, they call it like that. Some people will say dark magic. But yes, I do deal with stuff like that. And the sessions will remove it to a certain extent. It depends like how strong the energy is on the person. I have done a few sessions on people, and then I refer them to a shaman to do like a exorcism, because it took something stronger. And I have done, usually like with one session, people will feel that, whatever is there is gone. And when I do a session on a person, I also tell them to take a bath with a bunch of herbs that I give them to take a bath with and scrub their body, and that makes the energy go away as well.
That's pretty interesting because some people, sometimes you don't believe that bad luck exists or the evil eye exists. So to know that you said that it does exist,
Yeah,
that's kind of deep. Because that's kind of spooky.
I mean, it is energy. There's good energy. There's bad energy. At the end of the day, it's just energy. So like people can usually like chant incantations on you. I don't know how that's right. Incantation.
Don't give me the
And sometimes it's literally just the person's thoughts. Some people, their dark energies are so powerful that they can just think in their mind, I don't want this person to succeed, or they'll say like your project is gonna fail, and it happens. Especially for a person who lives with a lot of anger, jealousy, a lot of like low vibrational energies, those are emotions that open the door for these things to come in. So if you are someone who lives with a lot of love, a lot of forgiveness, you're very kind to others, if someone tries to put a spell on you, it doesn't work because your vibration is so high that those things can't get to you. But if you operate from like a low vibration, you're always angry, always screaming at people, always vengeful, but then it's going to affect you for sure because you open the door to, you're operating on the same frequency as that energy that they want to send you. So.
That is interesting. Before I make this statement, those that are tuning in, we have a Mama Oracle from out of Montreal, Canada, of course. Montreal, Canada. I'm trying to get that roll back. But alternative and energetic medicine woman, and of course, holistic health and lifestyle coach, not life coach, lifestyle coach, and high priestess. And please email her if you want to set up a consultation. That's hello@mamaoracle.com, or you want to connect with her shaman. She could probably connect you with that. You might have some family that needs one of those spiritual exorcisms. Get them exercise right out of your backside. That's what has to go. And hit them up on IG, FB. Hit her up on IG and FB at Mama Oracle. And also spread love via paypal.me/Mama Oracle. Now, it's interesting that you say that because I was at a lecture some years ago, around 2012, at Dr. Delbert Blair and Jerry Miller, who's also a very highly spiritual person. As I was speaking, he said, after I came off the stage, he said he's seen arrows coming at me from the audience, but my energy propelled all of them. Because he said they kept on. Somebody was trying to throw arrows or darts from their whatever energetic stuff, and they kept on coming off of me. They would not. He said he gave me a lot of crystals and a lot of cleansing and all that just to maintain that aura, and that's what helped. That helped me out a lot. So
if you're always like. You can't say, you can't always be 100% positive. Obviously, we go through our stuff too. We get angry and whatever, but it's like, what do you do with your emotions when you feel them? If you feel your anger, then you let it go, then that's fine. But if you have anger and you keep on being resentful, then you're just, opening the door for these things to come. So for you, your aura must have been so strong and positive and full of love, because I know how you love your people and you're passionate about what you do. So like it just obviously wasn't coming through you,
And he was seeing it. He said there was it was a big crowd too. But he just kept on seeing a lot of these things coming at him, and he had to tell me.
Those could have just been from their thoughts, could be just jealousy.
Yes.
Yeah, and like I said, energy, you can't see it, you can't touch it, so you don't know what's going on, but it's real.
That's true. Real. That's true. And I want to share something again with the audience. I know Phil Valentine and people like Jerry always said, if after you shake somebody's hand, either you snap your fingers, or after you hug somebody, come off of them, you hug. Because you're breaking energy. You got to learn to break energy. It's not being disrespectful. You just want to protect your energy.
Exactly. Even
African people shake hand and then they hold this part and then they shake your hand. They can stop the energy from coming up. So sometimes you got to do that, family. So because a lot of people don't know that they're giving you their energy, and there's a lot of energy vampires out there.
Absolutely.
Pay attention. Have you dealt with that, Mama?
Yes, many times, and you can feel it. And that's why a lot of people sometimes, especially spiritual people, when they go into events, you'll see them with, wrapping their hair, because the energy vampires, they'll draw energy from your crown chakra, and you don't know that. You can go somewhere, and then at the end of your day, you feel super drained, and you have no idea why. Usually, it's because they'll pull all your energy through your crown.
That's pretty interesting, because they said the same with witches. And I never knew why they wore the hats, and they said that's why they wore the hats, because other witches, especially the black hats, it protects their energy.
Absolutely.
So people from the other witches to not pull their magic from them.
Exactly, because the crown chakra is what connects you to the energy of the universe. And so people drawing that energy out of you, it disconnects you. So that's why you feel drained. You feel like disconnected. It's literally because they pull it from there. So.
And you know, the heat leaves from the top of the head too. The heat, people,
exactly.
that's all connected. People don't really realize that. So before we let her go, any questions before I ask these last questions, Empress Aisha?
So what about when okay, this is one question I did have. Do you deal with crystals?
I do deal with crystal, but much less than before.
Okay.
Thing with crystal, that is my personal belief. I know everybody have, their own beliefs with crystals. Crystals, they have properties that you already have within yourself. All they do is like activate them even more, enhance them even more. So before, yes, I used to deal with crystals when I was healing a lot of stuff and I had a lot of blockages. It would help to, increase those energies or those properties within me. But when I got to a certain space where I was strong enough, within myself, I stopped wearing them all the time. So I do have crystals. I have some of them in my office right here. When I do my energy work on people, I don't use crystal. I want to rely on the energy only because I do believe that the energy alone can help, and it has, done a lot of work. But yes, to a certain extent, I use crystal, but I don't depend on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to know, what about clutter? When people have clutter, deal with a lot of clutter in their homes, is that a reflection of their spiritual realm and what's going on?
Absolutely. The more the clutter, the more your mind is disorganized. The more you feel low energy because clutter is a low vibration. And that's why, sometimes people will say, like, when my home is clean, my mind is clear.
Yeah.
Because everything is clean. There's space, energy is moving. But when there's clutter, everything is, what's the word I'm looking for? Is stagnant. The energy doesn't flow
Stagnated.
properly. Exactly. There's a lot of stagnation. And like I said, the energy doesn't flow properly because there's too much stuff, so there's no flow.
Okay. So, okay. Sorry, go ahead, Brett, because I thought you wasn't here.
No, you had another question? Go ahead before we close out. Huh? I'm going to close out. Now I'm going to close out, so I want you to finish off your question.
I really enjoyed you. I really hope that, we get to I get to do a session with you one day soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm curious about it. And I'm kind of curious, looking at Brother King Simon, do you feel anything that he needs? You don't have to tell us, but do you
tell it? Go ahead, speak it. I like it.
Energy for him that like just energy wise.
If there's anything that I feel from him,
yes.
Something to work on, or like whatever I feel.
Whatever you feel. Prefer what to work on.
Go ahead, girl. I'm with it. I like it right here. I like it. I'm
a little nervous.
Because I got a lot of energy.
Something that I feel from him, very, very open. Very open. So like I feel like you draw a lot of people to you. A lot of wisdom, a lot of things to share. But I feel like you don't give yourself the credit that you really deserve. I feel like there's too much humility, or maybe like a little, it's maybe like you're not trusting 100% that you can, I don't know how to say this.
Say it.
Merge with all the power that you have.
Right.
I think that you could do it much more than you think.
Right. My son said that, he's very intuitive. He said, you don't get enough credit. He said that, but he was trying to say somebody that I don't get enough credit from the community, but he was trying to say that it was me. I don't give myself enough credit. Yeah. And that's true.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
I know where that comes from. Especially with my mom and dad. When my mother, I remember when I wanted to sing, and I was supposed to be featured on this talent show. And my mother did not let me go because sometimes, due to post-traumatic whatever, they try to protect their sons because they know when they go out in that street, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You never know, because somebody back in the 80s, a lot of people was getting taken out, and but I wanted to sing, And so, I made my own way, because after I left and ran away from the house, I had to leave the too much of the energy that was here. I had to leave, and I knew and then when I did make it onto music, I became #5 on the reggae chart, but I didn't go past 5 for some reason. And then I just left it alone. But I just wanted to prove to people that I could do it.
Yeah.
And I showed them, because my mother, although she didn't let me sing, and she knew I was a singer, when she heard my music on the radio, she's there to brag about me and all that. But I think she was just trying to be protective, and that's what most mothers do. That's what Joyce DeGroot talks about in post-traumatic slavery. That sometimes our mothers try to overprotect the men, and sometimes that's what holds us back. And I can attest to that.
I told you that when I took the numerology class with you. I was like, this one is so knowledgeable, but
I give it away, right? I give it away.
Yeah.
Because I always believe in showing respect to those that came before me, ancestors.
Yeah.
But that's why I created Numerovation. Nobody can take that away from me. Now it's like I got my own system. And nobody can take that away from me. That's mine, and I'm easier to say I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that system, because I'm the one that created it. You can't. So did you get the book? You got the book? Did you get the book?
Your book, I have the one that
the new one, Numerovation for Mental Stability.
No, I don't have that one.
Oh, yeah, that's the system. That's me. That's me all day. It's on Amazon. Yes, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
Yes, it's on Amazon. But I know Canada is locked down right now, right? They still locked down?
No, like we just got out of it.
Okay.
I think 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. The curfew's been, out, so everybody's out now.
Oh, good. I'll be back in Canada by next year. I'll be back in Canada by next year. As soon as I clean up a few things and get us.
The way that they're handling this pandemic, like, it's a little crazy.
Wow. But how's the healing been since while this was going on? How's your healing journey and everybody else that you've been doing the services?
I mean, I'm grateful that I was still, running. If anything, so many people who needed help. Because one thing with the pandemic, it allowed everybody to focus on, whatever was showing up, like all of our issues, the fact that we were locked inside, at some point you're faced with everything that you've been repressing for so long. And so a lot of people were dealing with mental health issues. So I had a lot of business with people who suffered from anxiety, insomnia, stress, feeling lost. And so for
make sure you get the book, yo.
Okay.
Numerovation for Mental Stability.
I was dealing with a lot of people who they were just afraid because of the pandemic. They thought they were going to die. They don't know, fear of the unknown. So a lot of fear and anxiety.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, I dealt with that a lot. And still, even though, now it's like a new fear. People are, afraid of the vaccine and like, what is it going to do to them if they take it? And what's going to happen if they don't? So like, there's still a lot of fear.
Of course. Well, any questions, Aisha, before we close out? Any questions? You got another one or what? What's going on? Don't talk about me this time. You go to you.
What do you suggest in this moment, like right now, as far as this fear factor that's going on around the world? What is one of your suggestions for the people, for us, to deal and to cope, or just to move forward?
I always tell people, especially those who have repressed their traumas for so long, I tell them to focus on their own healing and also practice mindfulness and, being in the present moment, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So there's no use, always thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow when there's today, this present moment. So I have a subliminal meditation that I give people with anxiety or worry that they can listen to at night, and it reprograms their mind to let go of fear and anxiety. And so far, everybody that has been on it are able to like live a normal life again. I also suggest, especially for people dealing with stress and anxiety, to take an adaptogen like ashwagandha, holy basil. It really helps the body to fight off any types of stress. And like the combination of those things, like meditation, doing something that they love, especially healing themselves, it really helps them going through it. And like
Wow.
also shutting down the news.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
people
Definitely.
close your TV. I don't even own a TV, but I tell people close your TV. If you follow pages on social media that always talks about pandemics and vaccines and diseases, unfollow them. Like
Yeah.
you have to make changes in all of the aspects of your life, not just the things that you eat, but also what you see on TV, the things that you consume, who you follow.
Yep. Yep.
It influences your thoughts. And I think that with dream we process a lot of our day in our dreams. So if
Mhm.
you constantly hear about the pandemic and seeing people dying and whatever, when you sleep at night, obviously you can't sleep because it gives you so much anxiety to think about it. But also a lot of people are dreaming about it because it's so much on their mind. All they see is dreams about pandemics and people dying. So you really have to be careful, like what you consume in your on a daily basis.
Well, my sister, I want to thank you very much. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you're doing. Give your baby girl a big old hug for me.
Well,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
I haven't seen her. She won't even remember me. Believe me, she won't even remember me right now. I know she's
I
grown
think
now.
she does because like, we often look at pictures. Last week she mentioned she always asks like, "Where is Uncle Africa?" And I explained to her that he transitioned. But I think one time we were looking at pictures on my phone, and when we saw you, and she recognizes you.
Oh wow. Well, yeah,
Still
she's
remembers me.
she's an old soul, so you know what
Yeah,
that is. She's an
yeah.
old soul. Yeah, she's definitely gonna
Also,
gravitate to
the
the
name that I
neighborhood.
gave her, I think that she's like a library. Her
Yes.
name literally mean like memory. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. I'm proud of you, and I know she's gonna take it up. She's gonna take whatever you're doing to a whole nother level. So look out. So look
Thank you.
again, thank you very much, people. Please support our sister, Mama Oracle. She's our guest. She's our guest, alternative and energetic medicine woman, holistic health and lifestyle coach, and high priestess. Make sure you hit her up by email at hello@mamaoracle.com. Remember, IG, Facebook, Mama Oracle, and spread love by her PayPal.me/Mama Oracle. Remember, this website is also under construction. The website is under construction, so support it when it opens up. Keep on checking, but you can still email her. Again, thank you very much, beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I say. And we'll talk, okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right,
Have a great
beautiful.
night.
Good
You too.
night.
Okay.
Good night. Good night. All right. That was good. That was good. Yes, let's give her a round of applause. She did a great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. That's her information right there, family. That's her information. There it is. Whoop. There it is.
There
Whoop.
it is.
There it is. Whoop. There it is. God, that's too much. I'll be too much out here. How you feeling? You all right?
You're just fine.
Thank you very much for that question about me, so I can get some more energy. That was a good question. Makes me realize. Yes, I know I'm doing it. You know what happens? I always learn not always to give another person their props. So it may seem that I'm giving away my. That she's not the first person to say that to me too. I always feel like I'm giving away for my powers, but no, I still get my powers. It's just I just like to honor the elders as much as I can, because they all around me. You should see my altars. They all around me. I have one altar with all the different elders, and the candle on there keeps on flickering. So there's a communication going on in it. But on my ancestral altar, it's a peaceful candle. Same room, different spaces, but one is a peaceful, quieter candle. The other one, all these different energies around it. I don't know if they get along. That's why it's going on like that. I don't know. They might not get along over here. So that's why. So I'm checking that. And then somebody pointed that out to me the other day, that when you start seeing a lot of the flickering of the candle too much on your altar, something might be going on energetically. And that's a disturbance. So I might have to move it around and see. Maybe that person don't like the candle, somebody, because it's right in front of Frances Cress Welsing and Queen Mother Moore. And so, and Dr. Ben, I have Dr. Ben right there, and I have Dr. Khalid right there. And And I know this energy is something else. I know there's a lot of energy there. So it's a lot of energy right there.
Energy.
And so it is what it is. One day we're gonna sit down and talk. I'm gonna bring somebody in that know how to talk about the ancestral altars and what to do and how to prepare them and how to feed them and nurture them. You know, giving honor, not praying to the altar, giving honor to your ancestors, because a lot of us did a lot of honoring of other people's ancestors through religion and all that. But it's time to honor ours because they're reflective of who we are also. So I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it. Anything you want to say before we get into the commercials and all that?
Oh, wow. I want to say thank you to everyone. That's what I want to do. Thank the family. I want to thank everyone. Thank you all for the beautiful compliments. I appreciate it. It made me feel blushy inside. Thank you.
Yeah, they saying you looking good, girl. Oh, that's the hypnotherapist too. She said, hypnotherapist, Empress Aisha, you're looking absolutely beautiful tonight. Yes, she does look absolutely beautiful. Did you make that? What's on the crown?
No, I didn't.
But you wrapped it. You wrapped it though. You wrapped it because well, you made it, girl. So it wouldn't be the way it looked if you didn't do it. You hooked it up. If I turn my hat this way, I look messed up. So it's what you do with it. I want to thank those that sent some Cash App. Thank you, Christian, for sending Cash App. Thank you for showing some love. You know, don't do super chat. They don't handle me well. So big up to you, Chris. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? And let's go to your products, my beautiful sister.
Real quick. I also wanted to say, everyone, we must follow our intuition and our inner guidance. Like, I know we know that, a lot of us, but sometimes it's so simple. It might just be something as simple as, pick up the book, or, make this phone call. And you just think it's so simple. Or it might be something as simple as, just tell someone hi. And you might be like, tell this person hi or whatever. But I'm telling you, whatever's going on within us, that world is so real. It's so true. Let me just say something real quick, Brother King Simon family, that I had this one my mother's birthday last year, and I had the spiritual realm, and I'm pretty sure it's my mother's mother, wanted me to shop for my mother for her. And she wanted, in the spiritual realm, she wanted me to get her a doll. And I bought the doll. And my daughters was looking at me like, why would you buy grandma a doll? Like, what are you doing in the toy section? And we in Target in the toy section. My mother, but I listened to that, and it's crazy as it may have seemed, and I can listen to my daughter and say, this is between the spiritual realm and that in me. I don't know what's going on, what I'm supposed to be doing. But when I tell you that made my mother cry.
Yep.
Doll. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Too much.
Wow. No, it took her back to her childhood. It brought her back. It brought you back. That's why I tell people to get on swings. If you used to like to swing, go jump on a swing and get that euphoric energy of the past. I did that on New Year's Eve. I cried like a baby. I'll be honest. Just in Florida, I did it on New Year's Eve. I cried like a baby.
Yes. This is good. It could be about you. It could be about anybody. But listen,
Yep.
You don't know what is happening, and you just be about that life, So
that's right.
Mama Oracle and the like-minded people, sisters and brothers like her.
That's right.
To us all,
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you very much for that story, man. Big up to your mom. So releasing that. She needed that. Big up to your mom. I know she's a very spiritual being too, born on that 11. So I know she's highly spiritual. She needs to get it. She needs to get it. She'll get it. It all happens eventually. That's how it happens. You know what I'm saying? just want to remind the family that we got coming up. This coming Wednesday, we're proud to have this young man doing great works over there in Albany, Georgia. The founder of the X for Boys. He just got 40 acres of land. We got King Randall coming in. Young man doing work, showing young people how to build houses, how to build cars. He's building a whole school, and he just got acquired 40 acres in Albany, Georgia. I got a story to tell y'all, but I'll wait till he comes. I'm not going to tell it on the air right now about Albany, Georgia. Recently, it happened to me. Also, let's big up on the 13th. We got these beautiful people coming in: Joycelyn Brown and Tiffany Davis coming in. Woo! I, of course, thank Aisha Amor for bringing these two people together. They're going to be talking about the big Juneteenth festival that they got coming up on the 19th of June. But we're going to be interviewing them this Sunday. And this is one of the themes. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. I know they're working with Red Hook, and they got Yaya and TT's company. So big up to those beautiful little girls that they're supporting and all of that. So big up to them. We'll have them on at 12 noon on June the 13th. And that evening, we have, after them, big up to them, that evening, we have Brother Phil Valentine's child coming in. Not only is he a multi-talented artist, actor, and choreographer, our man Ra Bam, we call him affectionately Bam Valentine, finally graces our virtual stage right here. King Simon Presents. Dr. Valentine's son will be here. Looks just like Dr. Valentine, too. Look at him. Also, we got our brother, Zion Lex. Music, religion, and spirituality with Brother Zion Lex on Wednesday, June the 16th at 8 p.m. June the 16th is Brother Tupac's birthday, so we're going to be here for Tupac's birthday. See if I can get some stuff up with Tupac, because I worked with Tupac before. And then to close out the month before I leave town, we got this beautiful sister. She's an entrepreneur and transformation coach. Sacred is going to be on Thursday, June the 17th. Make sure y'all subscribe and click the bell to be notified. Yeah. Oh, we got some great people. Coming in. So that's gonna be beautiful. Are you ready, sister? You ready? Let's go to this. Let's go to the rest of. Let's talk about your products. Please talk about your beautiful products, sister. Here it is.
Yes. 1 million adornment sisters. The earrings. They're about the earrings. My signature are the floral earrings. And
yes.
And they just listen, they just compliment your beauty, And one of my saying is this, flowers do not compete, they complement each other. That's how we have to be with each other. We have to just know that we just complement each other. That's all we do. We don't compete with each other. We love each other and complement each other. Every flower is different. It's the size, the everything, the petals, the textures, and that's just how we are as women, as females, and just individuals. That's who we are, and that's what this represents, our uniqueness and our unity. Our love for each other. Don't compete, sisters. We are not here to compete with each other. We're here to just complement each other. That's it.
That's right. So, and remember, hit her up on 1million_adornments. Email her at Empress Aisha Amor at Gmail, and spread love by Cash App at Empress Amor. That's $ Empress Amor. Great products, but believe me, like I said, I've seen people buy it right off of her ear. They buy it right, and it be right in her bag. She ready to sell it. It's gone. But big up to her all the time, and she shows them love too, and really expresses what those earrings mean to people. This is one of our sponsors again. Let's big up this beautiful sister and her beautiful daughter for coming on the last time that they came on. Make sure you go to their Etsy, This is their Etsy, betterhealthshop.etsy.com, and they also have a 1-800 number that you can text, 1-800-820-7822. That's 1-800-820-7822. Big them up, the Burns family. Also, my books, remember, make sure you get them on Amazon or Kindle. Yes, well, not Kindle yet. Amazon, definitely. But you want to go straight to the links? Go straight to Linktree / King Simon the Numerovator. That's / King Simon the Numerovator. And make sure you get those books if you want to get those books. And here's my son's songs. He writes the song that make the whole world sing. He writes the songs that's filled with special things. He writes the songs that makes the young girls smile. He writes the songs. He writes the songs. Yeah, that's my firstborn. He writes the songs. You think I can sing? Oh, go tune in on him. If you think I can sing, believe me, you don't get a mouthful from this young man. Oh, okay, let's see what's happening. Slow up. I don't like it. There we go. All right, good. Let me see. Boom. I think. All right, next, let's go to the great one, Janelle. Let's go to Janelle right now. If you want to get your real estate, you want to get your real estate popping, please contact Jarrell. Please contact Janelle Lewis. That's 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. Give her a call if you want to get your real estate throughout the tri-state area or in the Caribbean. She can hook you up. She knows how it's going. Also, big up to Lloyd Strayhorn, who called me today. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. Make sure you go to get his classes, take his classes. Lloyd Strayhorn's classes is at www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. Go take his beginner's class. Go take his intermediate class. And I believe he's about to do a palm reading class. He's very good at palmistry. He can teach you it, and I think you will enjoy it. He's very good at it. He can direct you to all the necessary people that can guide you on the necessary books. Also, been taping my classes. I've been taping my classes this week. And so it will be launched in June the 22nd. You have to email me if you want to get those. If you want to get those links, you have to email me if you want to get those links. I will send you the link to how to purchase the classes. There's 9 of them that I'm doing. So that's the numerovata@gmail. Email me at that particular email because that's what I'm focusing on. The numerovata@gmail. Okay, so make sure you go there. Check out my family member out there in Florida. Here we go. This is family out in Florida. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Sound is choppy. Okay, yes. Don't worry, we'll fix that. Yeah, sound is chopping up. I understand sound is choppy, but yeah, this is going on. I'm looking at a few computers. I might have to shut something down. Let me shut this down. Down real quick. Make sure you support pedalwise.com. Support pedalwise.com. Aisha, can you hear me?
Better, much better.
Okay, good. Yeah, I had to shut something down here. So make sure y'all go to pedalwise.com. Hit her up, pedalwise.com, and make sure you use the 10% off coupon code. Use the 10% off coupon code. Show them some love. 10% coupon code is King2021. That's King2021. We're back on track now. And if you want to do a numerovation session with me, text me your full name, date of birth, 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States, like it says here, text me via WhatsApp. Text me via WhatsApp. Text me via WhatsApp. Okay? That's the best way to get me if you live outside of the United States. Last but not least, family. Last but not least, trying to make sure we get through this program here. And it's slowing up. Damn thing is slowing. All right. Computer is slowing up. But last but not least, content disclaimer. Last but not least, content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Let's give that a round of applause. Give that a round of applause. Okay, good. All right. You ready? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. You ready for the prayer?
Yes.
Okay, so before we go that, let's big up Dr. Blair, please. Let's big up Dr. Blair. Let's send Aisha to our ancestor, Dr. Blair, who came up with this prayer, and show his respect by going to his legacy shop and go shop at his place. That's www.themetacenter2.com. That's www.themetacenter2.com. Make sure you get his books, Faraday Tech, all of that. Okay, my sister, go ahead with the prayers. Let's do what we got to do and make it happen. Thank you.
All right, family, here we go. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's give thanks. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now.
Say it to the people in the back, girl. Go say it for the people in the back.
Okay, family, let's do this together collectively. The more the merrier. Please, Universal Creator, know in our hearts that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth in your love now.
Yes, Aseo, 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 Aseo. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. You got that soft spoken voice, so it's good. That's good. That's a healing voice. You need to do more healing, talking, and meditative stuff. You need to put that on CD or some music and help people out. All right, that's another way. All right, beautiful. Thank you very much. All right.
All right. Good, thanks.
We'll talk. All right. You be safe. All right. Give her a round of applause, Empress. Aisha, Stand up. Yes. All right. We get ready to close out, family. Okay. Want to thank all of you. Want to thank, of course, Mama Oracle. Once again, make sure you support her. Make sure you support Mama Oracle. Make sure you hit her up on IG, FB, Mama Oracle. Make sure you spread love by her PayPal, Mama Oracle, because she's in Canada. She don't have Cash App. So you got to do paypal.me/Mama Oracle. That's right. She's an alternative and energetic medicine woman, holistic health and lifestyle coach, and a high priestess. Email her at hello@mamaoracle.com. Hello. Don't forget her website. There it is. That's her website. Still under construction, but make sure you support her website. And if you enjoyed the show, family, please support the channel. Please send your love gifts via Cash App. $KingSimon3158. That's $KingSimon3158. Like up the video. Share the video. Love the video. Share the video. Once again, I thank you. Regardless of land, label, or language, there is but one God. Like like Dr. Khalid used to say. And like Marcus Mosiah Garvey used to say, up you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. One God, one aim, one destiny. Stay at peace, stay healthy, stay focused, and keep it locked on WKSP TV. Thank you for your applause. Out of here, people. Y'all be safe.
Rockers Movement presents the 2021 Miami Reggae Festival, healing the community with sound system culture. Saturday, August 7th and Sunday, August 8th, featuring from Germany, Warrior Sound International, the Immortal King Champion Sound from Kingston, Jamaica, Stone Love, Brooklyn's Champion Sound, King Addies International, from New York, the Champion Sound, Soul Supreme, from Jamaica, way out in the country, it's Bass Odyssey, Downbeat the Ruler from New York City, Poison Dart from Tampa, and the Miami Ruler for years, King YT, the Sound of the Future, Adonai, On Track Disco, DJ Rocksteady, and many more. Hosted by dub poet icon, Motomaruka, at the 2021 Miami Reggae Festival, celebrating Jamaica's Independence Weekend, Saturday, August 7th, and Sunday, August 8th, at the brand new RER Marketplace, next to the Opalaka Flea Market. Tickets start at $25. For more info, visit MiamiReggaeFestival.com or call 305-900-5523. Celebrate Jamaica's independence and sound system culture at the 2021 Miami Reggae Festival.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, KingSimonPresents.wordpress.com. That's KingSimonPresents.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Number are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's KingSimonPresents.wordpress.com. Go now.